Welcome back to the channel USA Coins 69, coin enthusiasts and treasure seekers. If you've ever thought that quarters were just ordinary pieces of change, think again. Because in today's video, we're going to dive into the story of a small but powerful coin, the 2016 Washington Quarter. It's more than just 25 cents. In rare cases, it could be hiding a fortune. Now, I know what you're thinking. A 2016 quarter? That's not even that old. It's just modern pocket change, right? Wrong. Because just like buried treasure, some of these coins are carrying secrets most people will never notice. And if you're lucky enough to find the right one, you might be holding something worth thousands, possibly even life-changing money. Let's get into it. So what exactly is the 2016 Washington Quarter? To answer that, we need to go back to the America the Beautiful Quarters program. From 2010 to 2021, the U.S. Mint launched a special series of quarters featuring designs that honor national parks, forests, and historic landmarks from every state and territory. These quarters weren't just money, they were miniature works of art, and collectors all over the country started hunting for them. In 2016 alone, the U.S. Mint released 5 unique quarter designs, one of which represented the state of Washington. That coin honored Olympic National Park, featuring a breathtaking scene with a majestic elk standing in a river beneath Mount Olympus. The detail on the coin is stunning. But as beautiful as it is, the real value lies not in the design, but in the minting. You see, each quarter was struck at different U.S. Mint locations: Philadelphia, marked with a P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Most of the coins you'll find in circulation come from Philadelphia or Denver. The San Francisco quarters, especially in proof condition, were primarily made for collectors and weren't widely released for general use. But here's where things start to get really interesting: not all 2016 Washington quarters are created equal. While millions were minted, only a small handful have shown unusual characteristics, the kind of things that make coin collectors go crazy. We're talking about rare minting errors and die varieties that dramatically increase a coin's value. Let's break it down. Imagine finding a quarter with a double die reverse, where parts of the design, like the elk's legs or the trees in the background, look shadowed or doubled. Or perhaps a strike-through error, where foreign materials like grease or debris interrupted the minting process and distorted the image. These are not just mistakes, they're one-of-a-kind accidents that make a coin unique. Even more fascinating are off-center strikes, misaligned dies, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. Some 2016 quarters have been discovered with a completely incorrect metallic composition, likely due to a blank intended for another denomination being used. These types of coins are not only rare, they're stunning examples of how valuable imperfection can be. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare errors. Why? Because they tell a story. They're living proof that even in a high-tech, modern minting facility, surprises still happen. And when you combine rarity with a stunning design, high-quality condition, and a dramatic error, you're looking at something that's more than just a quarter. It's a collectible treasure. Now, here's another factor that adds value: condition. Coins are graded based on their state of preservation, from heavily worn to near perfect. A coin in mint state, MS 65 or higher, especially one with sharp details and no signs of wear, can fetch much higher prices than a circulated one. Add a rare error or unique minting variety into the mix, and the price can skyrocket. But even among the rare coins, one thing pushes value to the top tier: certification. If you happen to come across a 2016 Washington quarter that you suspect is rare or valuable, having it certified and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC can make all the difference. It provides official recognition of its rarity, condition, and authenticity, and collectors will pay a premium for that. So, what should you be looking for? First, check the mint mark just under the word "In God We Trust" on the obverse side of the coin. See if it's a P, D, or S. Then look carefully at the coin's reverse side: the elk, the trees, the water. Search for anything that seems off. Doubling, misalignment, unusual colors, or texture changes are all red flags that you might have something special. And remember, sometimes the rarest coins are hiding in the most unexpected places. Your change jar. A coin roll from the bank. A quarter you got as change from the grocery store. The beauty of coin collecting is that you never know when you might stumble upon something extraordinary. Now, here comes the moment you've been waiting for. Believe it or not, there are confirmed cases where a rare era version of the 2016 Washington State quarter, featuring a significant minting flaw, in pristine uncirculated condition, has sold for as much as $90,000. That's right. $90,000. For a single quarter. So before you drop that next 25 cents into a vending machine or parking meter, take a closer look. You might just be holding a national park, a rare error, and a massive payout in the palm of your hand. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might just be sitting unnoticed in your pocket, your purse, or a dusty old change jar at home. It's modern, it's sleek, and it holds a surprising secret. That coin is the 2021 Washington quarter. But before you dismiss it as just another piece of everyday currency, let me tell you this: one of these little quarters could be worth far more than you'd ever expect. Most people don't think twice when they get a quarter in change. It's 25 cents, maybe enough to feed a parking meter or start a vending machine transaction. But what if I told you that among the millions of 2021 Washington quarters out there, some are so rare, so special, and so mysteriously valuable, they've turned into treasures that collectors are scrambling to find? You're about to learn exactly why this coin is catching the attention of collectors, experts, and treasure hunters across the country. Let's rewind for a second. First, we need to understand where the 2021 quarter fits in American coin history. Now, the Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1932. Over the years, it has featured numerous designs, from the original Eagle reverse to the State Quarters program, and then the America the Beautiful series. But in 2021, something very important happened. A new design was introduced as part of the Washington Crossing the Delaware release, which marked a major transition in quarter design after the conclusion of the America the Beautiful series. This particular quarter features George Washington, not just in profile like usual, but in a powerful moment from American history, crossing the icy Delaware River during the Revolutionary War. It's bold. It's historic. It's patriotic. And best of all, it's hiding secrets. Let's start with the basics. The 2021 quarter was minted at 3 major facilities: Philadelphia, marked with a P, Denver, with a D, and San Francisco, with an S. Most of the quarters that entered general circulation came from Philadelphia and Denver. The San Francisco versions were generally made as proofs or collector's items, but here's where it gets interesting, because not all 2021 quarters are the same. In fact, some of them are wildly different, even if they look almost identical to the average person. These are the coins that coin collectors and numismatists are hunting for. And when they find them, they don't see 25 cents, they see thousands of dollars in potential value. Let me explain that. In 2021, several error varieties and minting anomalies were reported in circulation. One of the most talked about is the die chip error, also referred to as the drooling George quarter. This happens when a piece of the die breaks off during the minting process, causing an extra blob of metal to appear near Washington's mouth, making it look like he's drooling. Funny name? Yes. Valuable? Absolutely. Then there are strike-through errors, where some foreign material, like grease or debris, got in the way during minting, causing a noticeable distortion in the coin's design. These errors are rare, and every single one is different, which makes them uniquely collectible. Even more sought after are off-center strikes, double dies, and wrong planchet errors, where the quarter was accidentally struck on a metal blank meant for another coin. These are extremely rare, and when found in excellent condition, they can command jaw-dropping prices. But the value of a 2021 Washington quarter doesn't only come from errors. Condition plays a huge role. A coin in mint state condition, we're talking MS 67, MS 68, or even higher, is far more valuable than a circulated one. Add a rare error or minting anomaly to that perfect condition, and suddenly you're holding something very few people in the world have. Now here's something you may not know: some of the rarest 2021 quarters were pulled from ordinary circulation, found in loose change, coin rolls, or even from the bank. That's what makes this so exciting. These coins aren't sitting behind glass in a museum or locked away in an elite collector's vault. They're out there, waiting to be discovered. Imagine this: you're going through a handful of change. You spot a 2021 quarter. Looks normal, but something about it seems different. You take a closer look. The mint mark is clear. The design looks bold. Then you notice a small chip on the edge of Washington's mouth or an odd doubling in the word Liberty. You send it off for grading. It comes back certified. And then, the offers start rolling in. Coin collectors live for these moments. The possibility that a coin so recent, so overlooked, could be the golden ticket. That's the magic of modern coin hunting. And when the right combination of rarity, condition, and uniqueness comes together, the result can be shocking. So now, the question that's probably burning in your mind: how much can a 2021 Washington quarter really be worth? We're not talking about a couple of bucks here. We're not even talking hundreds, because certain 2021 Washington quarters, with extremely rare errors, minting mistakes, and in flawless mint state condition, have been valued and sold for as much as $95,000. Yes. You heard that right. $95,000. For a quarter that most people wouldn't even look at twice. So before you spend your change, take a moment. Pull out your 2021 quarters. Examine them carefully. Look for those tiny imperfections, mint marks, design quirks, and differences that others miss. Because one of them could be the key to an incredible discovery. Today, we're spotlighting a fascinating coin that you might have in your pocket right now: the 2017 Washington State Quarter Dollar. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of pride, and believe it or not, potentially a ticket to a serious payday. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll discover why this quarter could be worth far more than its face value. The Washington State Quarter is part of the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, designed to celebrate each state's unique heritage and landmarks. But the 2017 quarter is a little different. It's actually part of the America the Beautiful Quarter series, which followed the State Quarters program and celebrated national parks and sites across the United States. The 2017 Washington Quarter commemorates the stunning Mount Rainier National Park, an iconic natural landmark known for its rugged beauty and majestic snowy peak. This quarter's reverse design features Mount Rainier towering over a dense forest, with a salmon leaping in the foreground, symbolizing the region's rich wildlife. The attention to detail on this coin is truly impressive, making it not only a currency piece but a small work of art that pays homage to Washington's natural splendor. But here's the thing: while millions of these quarters were minted and released into circulation, not all are created equal. The value of any coin depends heavily on its rarity, condition, and sometimes the presence of unique errors or minting anomalies. The 2017 Washington Quarter is no exception. Minted at the Philadelphia, P., Denver, D., and San Francisco, S. mints, the majority of 2017 Washington quarters in circulation are fairly common. However, collectors are on the lookout for a few rare variants and mint errors that can drive up the coin's value dramatically. One such variant that collectors crave is the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is struck twice in misaligned positions, causing parts of the image or lettering to appear doubled. For the 2017 Washington Quarter, a noticeable doubling around the lettering or the salmon can transform an ordinary quarter into a prized collector's item. Another rare and highly sought-after feature is a misaligned or off-center strike. In these cases, the coin is struck unevenly on the metal blank, resulting in a portion of the design being cut off or shifted. Off-center strikes with a significant degree of misalignment are extremely scarce and can add a lot to a coin's worth. Even the smallest differences in the mint mark can impact value. Some collectors hunt for coins with particularly sharp or weak mint marks, or even mint marks in unusual locations. These minute details add to a coin's intrigue and rarity. Of course, the overall condition of the coin plays a massive role in its valuation. Coins in uncirculated, pristine condition, those showing no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, are the cream of the crop. Collectors often seek coins graded by professional services, which assess and certify the coin's condition on a scale from 1 to 70. Higher grades can mean exponentially higher values. So, what does this all mean in terms of money? While the vast majority of 2017 Washington quarters are worth only their face value or a little extra to collectors, there are rare specimens that have appeared on the market boasting extraordinary prices. Particularly those with mint errors, exceptional condition, and unique characteristics have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars. If you manage to find a flawless, uncirculated 2017 Washington quarter with a rare double die or off-center strike, you could be sitting on a coin that's worth an astonishing $88,000. Yes, $88,000 for a quarter minted just a few years ago. This is a perfect example of how even the most common coins can hide incredible value. If you know what to look for. So next time you get some change, don't just glance over your quarters. Take a moment to inspect them closely. Look for any unusual marks, doubled designs, or misalignments. You never know, that ordinary coin might just be a hidden treasure. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story behind a coin that might be more valuable than you think, the 2013 Washington State Quarter Dollar. It's a coin you probably see all the time, but there's a lot more to it than just 25 cents. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll discover why some of these coins have caught the eyes of collectors worldwide and how one might be worth a small fortune. First, let's take a step back and talk about the significance of the Washington State Quarter. Part of the famous 50 State Quarters program, this coin was released back in 2007. It celebrates the breathtaking landscapes and rich history of Washington State. The reverse side beautifully depicts the iconic image of Mount Rainier, towering above an evergreen forest, with a salmon leaping out of the water below. It's a design that perfectly captures the spirit of the Pacific Northwest. Now, by 2013, these quarters were still circulating heavily across the United States. Millions were minted, and many went into everyday use. But what if I told you that a small number of these coins could be hiding in your change jar, waiting to be discovered, and they could be worth way more than their face value? The secret lies in the details. Coins like this 2013 Washington quarter are valued not just based on rarity but also on condition and unique characteristics that set some examples apart from the rest. Coins in mint state condition, those that look nearly perfect, with crisp details and no signs of wear, naturally command higher prices among collectors. But what really makes the 2013 Washington quarter stand out is the occurrence of some rare mint errors. Collectors are especially interested in coins that exhibit anomalies such as doubling on the date or lettering, off-center strikes where the design isn't perfectly aligned, or even mint mark variations that can sometimes happen during production. One of the most sought-after features in this coin is a double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the minting die, causing the design or letters to appear doubled. It's subtle but noticeable under close inspection. Double die errors are highly prized because they're rare and create a unique visual effect that makes each coin one of a kind. Then there are off-center strikes. Imagine the coin being pressed slightly askew during the minting process, so the design is shifted and part of the coin's surface is left blank. Off-center coins are fascinating because no two are exactly alike, and depending on how off-center the strike is, their value can increase dramatically. The mint marks on these quarters, usually a P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or sometimes an S for San Francisco, also add layers to their collectability. Some collectors hunt for quarters with rare or misplaced mint marks, which can appear due to errors at the minting facility. But what really pushes the value of these coins sky high is when these rare errors combine with an uncirculated, pristine condition. Coins that have been well preserved, possibly stored in protective cases or collections, and show no signs of wear or damage are the holy grail for collectors. So, what does all this mean for you? How much could a 2013 Washington State quarter with these rare traits really be worth? While most quarters from this year are worth just a bit more than their face value, those rare mint error specimens, especially in top condition, have been known to sell for $78,000. That's right, $78,000 for a coin that was released just under a decade ago and may have been sitting quietly in someone's pocket all this time. This is a perfect reminder that sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins could hide extraordinary value. If you have a collection or just a few quarters lying around, take a closer look. With a bit of luck and knowledge, you could be holding a treasure in your hands. Today, we're taking a closer look at a coin that's more than just pocket change, the 2010 Washington State Quarter Dollar. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary coin you get in everyday transactions, but beneath its shiny surface lies a story, and a potential value, that could surprise you. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why some collectors are willing to pay nearly $100,000 for this very quarter. The Washington State Quarter is part of the iconic 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, designed to honor each state's unique culture, history, and landmarks. But in 2010, the quarter took a small detour as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters series, which highlighted national parks and monuments. However, Washington's quarter, with its iconic imagery, continued to capture attention beyond the program. The 2010 Washington Quarter is special for a few reasons. On the reverse side, it showcases Mount Rainier, the highest peak in the Cascade Range and a breathtaking symbol of the state's natural beauty. You'll notice the detailed evergreen trees and a leaping salmon in the foreground, representing the vibrant wildlife of the Pacific Northwest. The artistry is sharp, vivid, and a true homage to Washington's rich landscape, but what truly set some of these 2010 quarters apart from the millions that circulated is the mint mark and the errors associated with this release. The mint marks P, D, and sometimes S represent the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints respectively. These marks might seem like just tiny letters, but for collectors, they are key clues to a coin's rarity and value. In the world of numismatics, coins with minting errors or rare variations can suddenly become prized possessions. For the 2010 Washington Quarter, several fascinating minting anomalies have been documented, making certain coins worth a fortune. One highly sought-after feature is the double die error, where the image or lettering on the coin is struck twice, causing a doubled effect. On a 2010 Washington Quarter, this doubling might be noticeable on the date or the word Liberty, creating a unique and collectible pattern. These errors occur due to a misalignment during the die preparation process and are very rare, instantly catching the eye of collectors. Then there are off-center strikes. Imagine the coin's design being struck slightly off the metal blank, so part of the design is missing or pushed to one side. This kind of minting mistake creates one-of-a-kind coins that can fetch high prices depending on the severity of the misalignment. Another interesting phenomenon that can add value is the presence of die cracks or small raised lines on the coin's surface caused by cracks in the die itself. These subtle imperfections add character and rarity to an otherwise common coin. Condition is another crucial factor. Coins in uncirculated or mint state, meaning they have no visible wear, scratches, or damage, are worth significantly more than circulated coins. Professional grading services assign scores to coins based on condition, with higher grades leading to higher values. Now, here's where things get really exciting. Most 2010 Washington quarters you come across are worth little more than their face value. But those rare specimens with minting errors, unique variations, and pristine condition can command jaw-dropping prices. If you're lucky enough to find a 2010 Washington State Quarter with one or more of these rare features in perfect condition, it could be valued at an astonishing $99,000. Yes, you heard that right, $99,000 for a coin many people have overlooked. This incredible value highlights how even relatively recent coins can turn into priceless treasures under the right circumstances. It's a thrilling reminder to always keep an eye on your change and to appreciate the fascinating stories behind everyday objects. If this deep dive into the 2010 Washington State Quarter has sparked your interest, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. There's a whole world of coin collecting and treasure hunting waiting for you, and you don't want to miss it. Thanks for joining me today, happy hunting, and may your next coin discovery be your most valuable yet.